हूँ एवरीवन। सो मैं अभी आई थिंक पैरेलली बहुत सारी बुक्स पढ़ रही हूँ विच आई शुडंट बी डूइंग बिकॉज मैंने अपने आप से एक प्रॉमिस किया था कि मैं वन बुक एट अ टाइम पढ़ूँगी सो दैट आई गेट द डिसिप्लिन। बट कभी कभी ना हो नहीं पा रहा है। आई जस्ट फील लाइक पिकिंग अप द बुक्स एंड रीडिंग जो रखे हुए हैं एंड देन सो अभी आई थिंक फॉर एन इंस्टेंस दो बुक्स चल रहे हैं पैरेलली। वन इज़ द चाणक्य नीति एंड सेकेंड इज़ अ मिलियन थाट्स बाय ओम स्वामी। सो जब कल रात को मैं ये पढ़ रही थी, इसमें एक बहुत ही अच्छा प्रसंग आया था, एक स्टोरी आई थी ऑफ शिवा एंड देवी। सो मैंने सोचा इट्स बीन अ लॉन्ग, मे बी आई कैन रिकॉर्ड दिस एंड आई जस्ट रीड दिस। सो देर इज़ नो प्लान, नो स्क्रिप्ट, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू रीड इट डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द बुक एंड इट इज़ सो ब्यूटिफुल। सो इफ़ यू हैव पेशेंस, 2 मिनट आप सुनना चाहेंगे तो दिस इज़ फॉर यू। And by the way, this book is about meditation. And this is such a coincidence. इससे पहले जो मैंने book पढ़ी थी on You Are the Placebo, it actually talks about meditation in the relation of your quantum mind and the infinite possibilities which is out there and how exactly scientifically meditation happens and work. And this book brings the yogic perspective and I happen to pounce upon it. योगिक पर्सपेक्टिव प्लस ओम स्वामी जी ने इसको बहुत ही अच्छे से टाई किया है द रियलिज्म और द रैशनल एज वेल। बट या आई एम येट टू गो थ्रू अ लॉट। अभी तो मैं सिर्फ इंट्रोडक्शन पे ही हूँ और इंट्रोडक्शन में ही इतनी सुंदर एक स्टोरी मिली एंड आई जस्ट फेल्ट लाइक शेयरिंग। सो हैव वी गो। Legend has it that there was a time when Shiva, the first meditator, roamed the earth with his consort Devi. Just as a beautiful moon softly dispels the darkness of the night, the fair-colored Shiva walked through the streets, leaving footprints of his divinity behind. The great yogi took in the decadence and the poverty that gripped the village. A few blocks down, they saw a bookkeeper tossing and turning in his bed. Suffering from severe insomnia, he was unable to fall asleep. Angered and helpless, he got up and downed half a bottle of alcohol so he could sleep. There was a depressing energy in his home. There was his wife, there were kids, they had resources, and yet the basic fabric of happiness, a sense of belonging, was missing altogether. Surely this man doesn't deserve sleepless nights, Devi said. He donates to the temple every month and he calls out to you every morning. Things are not what they seem, Shiva said benevolently. He falsifies the financial records of his clients so they evade taxes. In turn, they pay him more. At Devi's insistence, they visited numerous homes, even the palace of the king. Some were lonely, others were sad, some were quarreling, and some others plotting. Very few slept in peace, even fewer were awake in peace. Everyone was suffering in some way. Distraught at the sad human condition, Devi asked, "Why is man so unhappy, Lord? Is it because they always want more than they have?" "Evolution is the dharma of nature," Shiva said, getting into his meditative posture. "The desire to grow is ingrained in all living entities, from an ant to elephant, from a tiny seed to a giant banyan. What good is this desire if they spend majority of their lives unhappily? The desire in itself is not a problem. Man suffers because he is too scattered." Devi sat quietly as she didn't quite understand what Shiva meant by the word scattered. His consciousness is directed elsewhere and prana, life force, is directed elsewhere. His thoughts are going in one direction, opposite to his actions. His mind wants one thing, while his heart is striving for something completely different. His energy is invested in endeavors conflicting with his emotions. The reason man is unhappy is because his thoughts, speech, and actions are not in harmony. Shiva continued, anything that is not in harmony in the play of nature is either eliminated completely or forced to align. Suffering is alignment. Forgive me for pressing on Nath, Devi said, but I feel it's pivotal for human welfare. Are you saying that the one whose thoughts, speech, and actions are in harmony does not suffer? To such a person, suffering will have no more impact than a cloth of silk rubbing against an elephant, Shiva said. Then Devi asked, then how to harmonize? Meditation, compassion, and dispassion lead to liberation, O Devi. Shiva looked at her lovingly out of his soft, still, and compassionate eyes. Nothing is impossible for the one who treads the path of meditation. Thank you so much for your patience. If you have stayed so far, Hari Om.